Yes, the lounge show. I was asked famously to be the announcer for that show, and at the time I didn't see the vision. Like most people, I underestimated the program and its hosts. Foolishly, of course. Later, I came crawling back on my hands and knees, begging for the job, but force by that time. It had already been given to Latbat, so I had to graciously accept my defeat and learned a valuable lesson.
It's The Lounge Show with Rob Scott and Bob Doyle, two veteran broadcasters who love to hear themselves talk and are somehow able to tolerate each other. Let's see if you can tolerate them as well. Here's Rob and Bob.
Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, if only. We need one. We need an opening with a Vegas ending, ladies.
I was listening to Jackie Gleason. He released a crap ton of records in the 50s and 60s.
It's the official number.
Music. Yeah, but here's the thing. He couldn't write music. He couldn't play an instrument, but he did these arrangements in his head, and he sold millions of copies of these music to make love by, blah, blah, blah. The point
so what do you
is
think he did? He went up to some arranger and go, okay, now the trumpet's going up, ba ba bow, ba ba, or something like that.
I don't know, and they're great. They're great elevator music style orchestral arrangement, big band arrangements. The point is, every one of them, excuse me, when they would finish.
Here we go. See, you reach your age, and it's all downhill.
It's all downhill. And at the end, it would be like that, and then I would say to myself, the trumpet's going to do one, and he'd go dun, 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 every time. At the end of every one of them, the trumpet player gives the little fake Vegas ending thing. So that reminded me here. And welcome, boys and girls, to the lounge. Bob is in, where are you? You're in Vegas.
I'm in Las Vegas, Nevada, ladies and gentlemen, as it will say right. Where the hell is that stupid thing? There it is. It says right there. How do you push buttons? Right, what he said. I'm sorry,
It's 9 o'clock on a Saturday. It's 9 o'clock on a Saturday.
Now it's 9 o'clock from every which way. If you're here, let us know, and there's something in it for you. Oh, wow.
Yes.
And immediately, and now I really I don't have anything. I got nothing. I didn't think anyone.
I got nothing.
So happy Labor Day weekend to you, Mom. And yesterday was Rob's birthday. That's why it says birthday boy up there on the screen.
Well, I didn't see that. Look at that.
That's right. That's right. He did it. He woke up. He woke up yesterday, and he lived to tell about it today. So this is he's on a streak. And how old are we now?
31 years per ass cheek.
Right, so that's 62 as a whole ass, correct, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
And notice I said whole ass and not the other way around, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, no. That's I want to.
A couple of broadcasts.
No, we know it's 9 o'clock on a
Saturday.
All right. Look, I'm a week out of 2 weeks out of practice because last week.
Well, you want to tell them that story, Bob, where you were last week?
I can tell you exactly where I was at 6:15 last week, or 6:13. I was out by the pool having a wonderful time with Tracy, just relaxing and totally forgetting that it was Saturday. And I look down and go, oh, look, Rob.
Let's just be clear. He didn't forget to do the lounge. He forgot it was Saturday.
Well, because to me, Saturday is lounge. It's like the thing I've got going. So it's like I'm very clear. So if I was really clear it was Saturday, if I had been focused on the day of the week, I would have remembered. And we all would have. But we all blanked on it.
Not me.
And you're just like, and I'm going, wow, I absolutely just nothing.
So I'm sitting here. I got my tea. I got on my thing. I shop. And I dial up the thing and there's nothing there. So I go, it's the connection. So then I disconnected and I call, dial back up and nothing there. So then I bring my phone up to the microphone because I got the little headphones in. I bring the phone, dial Bob, and it's on speaker. Hi, it's Bob. I go, voicemail? oh my goodness. And then when you called back like 15 minutes, so I said, okay, no lounge, no biggie, because that's what the rule of the lounge. It's very flexible. The rules are very flexible.
Yeah, because our entire audience base is watching us right now.
And so Bob then comes back, he calls me back and he says, I honestly looked down at my phone and said, why is Rob calling me? Which is really, that was the response.
It still didn't click.
No, nothing was clicking.
Didn't click. I mean, that's how not Saturday it was.
And here's the deal. Normally, years ago, I would have said, oh, Bob took the plug out of the jug. And he's, no, you don't even drink anymore.
The plug out of the jug.
Yeah, you took the plug out of the jug. But not Bob. He just spaced it, man.
Yeah.
So you're out of practice.
Huh?
You're out of lounge.
Yeah, that's why I'm acting like a spaz with the controls. So let's talk about you for a moment, because yesterday was your birthday. So what did you, aside from that riveting conversation with us,
Weekend Special.
It is raining cats and dogs here in Vegas. It's been crazy ever since Hurricane Hillary, ladies and gentlemen. And we're just rain. We had flash flood warnings like every day this week.
74 in Atlanta. The weather turned for my birthday. Thank you, all those responsible for that. Because, man, it has been brutally hot here. And so what did I do? Well, Bob, I'll tell. First of all, okay, I say this every year when you ask, but let's do the primary props first. Vivian M. Scott. Okay?
She's the one who birthed you.
Yeah.
She did all the work.
All of it. Every single bit of it. And I did nothing. I just showed up and
put up with your teenage ass all those years. Ugh.
Yeah. Yeah, 7.5 years per cheek in those days. I was a pain.
Where did this aging system come from? I don't want to know.
I don't know. But here's the deal. So Viv is first, because without Viv, so it was nice. In fact, it was a very good birthday. You get a lot of, as you probably do, you get the texts, you get a few phone calls. I talked to my cousin Jim.
You get these amazing Facebook posts.
I have to be now. See, boys and girls, if you're looking at this, right? Well, of course you are. That Bob created this and sent this to me, posted this on social for me, which I actually really like it. Usually, you give me a clown face or an elephant nose or something. It was just pictures of me with all this all this sugar. But I will say that I got almost as many Facebook comments on this picture as I did for my birthday in general. So you did very good there, Bob. People reacted and received this creation of yours. They received it well. And I look actually healthy and happy in these photos. Thank goodness for AI. You did a nice job there, Bob.
It's been a week of this, that's been like, and we'll get back to your birthday. I didn't mean to derail it and say, but let's just talk about my week for a minute.
Yeah, let's talk about
you. Honestly, I have so little normally to bring to the table on these shows. It's all boring stuff, and this is one of these weeks where I'm actually excited about what I got accomplished this week and what I did creatively and stuff like that. So I'm excited about it. So how about we get back to that? Let's talk about your birthday, and we'll come back to this stuff after a bit.
Well, let's see. So the usual, right? Your texts and your phone calls and so forth, although to a degree, and I don't mean to be, but to a degree, it's almost work, because you got to reply and you got to say thanks. And I'm super duper grateful. I don't want this to be misconstrued as though he's, I really.
We all know this. Anybody who's active, especially with social and stuff like these, you get Facebook posts and stuff. And just because of the secret, I'm connected to way too many people who I never really know. So I get hundreds of those things of people who I've never met, will never meet. So I'm not responding to each of those. I'm not taking the time to because there's hundreds of them, and they just get lost. There's just no way I could answer every single one of them.
But the texts first, so in my priority, I will answer certain calls. I won't answer other ones, depending on who comes up on my phone. I go, nope, that'll be tomorrow, or that'll be over the weekend sometime. I will return. And then the second is texts, and I try to answer those as they come in. And then the social stuff, that's later in the night or first thing this morning, like, you just go down and click all the likes, and I read them, and I will respond to a couple of them, like when Vito says, Jagoff, you got to go with that. That's worthy. That is worthy when he says happy birthday, Jagoff. That is worthy of typing a few replies. And then what I did, I went to Samantha's, my daughter's, and her and Riley, my granddaughter, and then eventually Ben came home from work. We had dinner and cake, and I can't remember the last time I actually had someone put candles in a cake, and I blew out the candles and had a cake, for goodness sake, because that's all Riley. Riley, 5-year-old. Wow. So also the hat that I had to wear.
Now that's nice.
Yeah, this was the hat that I had to wear and blow out the candle.
If you turn it inside out, does it say dunce?
I don't know. I didn't even look in there, but it does look like a fancy dunce cap. But I have to tell you, Bob, the highlight of my birthday.
Okay.
Yes, was I got a birthday card that is probably the best birthday card ever. Normal cards you get, and I have this as my example. This is from Samantha, I don't know if you can read that, from your daughter and Dad. I love you since I was a little girl, and they're really cool. I don't want to read the whole thing. It's from her. It's personal, but it's nice, But this card, Bob, is the best birthday card I've received in some time. It says, as you can see, third birthday fun. So it's my third birthday.
Yes.
That's as big as the sea.
Uh-huh.
And you open it up, and it says, right, for a princess like you.
That's how it should be, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
All right.
So I'm a 3-year-old princess, which
Yes.
I just think is unbelievably cool. No one could give me a better birthday present than making me a 3-year-old princess. And apparently, when Riley picked this card, because it's from Riley, and she even signed her name, but she signed it Robsy backwards here. Over here. It's backwards like in Hebrew. But she signed it. Okay, that's her 5 years old. So she crushed it. Happy birthday, Robsy. And apparently when they were in the store, she said, this is for Robsy. And of course, Samantha goes, well, maybe there's some other options we could look at. That's nice because, the third birthday fun and I'm a princess.
I'm glad
and Riley
she went,
said, yeah, Riley said no. She poo-pooed the change idea immediately. Apparently, she said, no, Robsy loves Ariel, and this is the card we're getting for him. So
really? Robsy loves Ariel.
Which I do.
I know. Look at this stuff. Isn't it neat?
It's right.
Wouldn't you think my collection's complete? Wouldn't you think I'm a girl who has everything?
Everything. What do they call them? Legs. Right. So
yeah.
I'm an Ariel fan, and I'm a 3-year-old princess, which I don't know that I'm ever getting rid of this card. This is probably going in with all of the signed dollars and all the other memorabilia that I have lying about that.
I think you should put it in your safe deposit box with your birth certificate and other important documents, so that if anybody needs to know who was this guy, well, I can tell you for sure he's a 3-year-old princess.
So I am so jazzed. That was my and I got I thought of you too, and Tracy Latbat. I got a brand new alarm clock for the guest room. This was something on my wish list.
Okay.
Because now it has Bluetooth, buddy. It's like a hotel room. So when you and Latbat check in to Shea Rob next time, you'll have a really cool hip alarm clock that plays the radio and everything. The last one I had in there I think cost $1.25 and it barely worked. And so this one's very fancy.
Well, because obviously everybody just uses their phones. I just can't remember. I'm not going to use my phone. I'm going to use this person's alarm clock. I'm going to figure out, reach in the back and find that little black knob to turn that little alarm.
Oh, it is. It doesn't have the 2 bells and the clanger. It's not one of those.
We did have one of those.
It's got a Bluetooth speaker. It's got a Bluetooth speaker. And so I thought maybe you were in there and I don't know, send something from your laptop. Or
I hope I never need an alarm when we stay at your house. What the hell are we doing that's so important except the airport? Oh, I'm so glad I'm not at the airport right now. I'm glad I'm not thinking about going to the airport. I'm glad I'm not packing for the airport. I'm glad I'm not anything to do with the airport. I'm glad I don't have a ticket to go to the airport. I'm grateful for all of that stuff.
When we went to the airport last time, there was an accident, and we had to do a different route, and you guys learned a new way to drop people off there at Vegas when you and Latbat were
it ends up just kind of comes right back down together. And
same thing. But here's interesting you mentioned that. People were asking me how was my trip, and it dawned on me on that trip I had to be in, over a 5-day period of time, 6 airports. Not 6 different airports, but Atlanta and then Salt Lake, that's 2, and then Salt Lake is 3, and Vegas is 4, and Vegas is 5, and Atlanta is 6. I did a lot of airport time and a lot of overpriced bottles of water. So you feel like cattle, you just furble You do the whole furbling thing. You take your shoes off. It's so I'm with you on the old. I don't like, but I don't mind flying on these planes now that have, and I know they've had them for a long time, but apparently I've been flying really cheap airlines in the past because I like the little movie screen. I like the little, and they have quite a few options. It's not like 3 choices. I'm actually impressed with the database. You can, usually you'll tell me that. I say, have you ever seen that movie? You go, so what?
I saw it on a plane. I saw it on a plane. Because that's the only time. That's when I'll make myself watch a movie, and it's normally if it's it's got to be a long flight, but I haven't. That hasn't even been an issue for us recently. I mean, mostly we hop on Southwest.
Last week when I flew back from Vegas to Atlanta, I watched The Pope's Exorcist. That was the movie I watched with Russell Crowe. And it was really dark, obviously. It's about exorcism, the devil, and all that. When I got home...
that exorcism.
Yeah, that exorcism. And I thought when I got home, I go, why? You could have went with a lighthearted comedy or a rom-com.
Yeah, that's a weird choice.
I went really heavy-handed, man, and then Turbulence, when it existed, you go, I mean, but yeah, so that was my movie of choice. I don't know why. It was okay. Nothing will beat the 72, 74, William Friedkin, the original Exorcist with Linda Blair. And
do you know that's one I've never seen?
Oh, it's good. They did a really good job. Of course, you've probably seen so many clips now, it won't shock you anymore.
Well, I know, obviously, yeah, that was, 1970?
Maybe 4.
Very early, yeah.
Early 70s. But then there was
that was just a scare I never wanted,
that people died on the set and all these, if social media would have been a thing then, you would have seen all the conspiracy theories of how many people died on the set or got sick, because it was a big deal. They made a movie about exorcism that was, we're much more lax with our tolerance of subject matter these days, but that was a big deal. And he just passed away, the director, William Friedkin. But that was a heck of a...
See, it's true. Yeah. The curse is true.
That's right. It took a while. It was a slow moving curse, but nonetheless, it took
everyone in the movie will eventually die.
Yeah. Yes. So
the worst curse giver ever.
Yeah, what is that? So my birthday was nice. Thank you. And then today... I don't know why, because it's like I didn't do anything really. I was home at a reasonable hour, watched a little late night TV, but I took a nap this afternoon. Yeah. I employed the philosophy that I talked to you and Tracy about when I visited last. That Saturday is refresh day. That you don't feel guilty about not getting anything done. You're allowed to just have a blow off day, and I exercised, no pun intended, every bit of that.
We didn't do that.
I took
kind of did that last week. And that's what happens when I do that is I forget about the show.
You not just the show. You forgot what day of the week.
What day of the week was.
Yeah, when you keep saying I forgot the show, I'm going to have to jump in and correct and say it wasn't just the show. Bob didn't know what day it was. Like you're like a homeless guy.
But look, that happens a lot when you work at home. It happens.
I thought about that.
Now we do have Amber now to gauge us with school because she's at school, Monday through Friday. But then she was sick this week, so she's had an extra long weekend because it's Labor Day on Monday, so we got her for another extra day.
Which, by the way, finishing up on the topic, Labor Day weekend. So when I was a kid, my birthday is obviously September 1st. I always got school clothes. School clothes was my birthday. If you get it, my buddies have a July birthday, they get a football or a bicycle. And I got school socks.
Oh, school clothes.
Clothes. Yeah, that was school clothes, not school closing.
I thought that's what you meant because it was Labor Day.
Yeah. No,
and I thought it was like a good thing. I have the school clothes on my birthday, yeah.
No, it sucked. I got school clothes for my birthday. But now, as an adult, 3-day weekend. See how things change. So for more time on the planet, I have embraced the fact that I have a holiday weekend to celebrate my birthday. And so, I got a 4-day here. And then I was thinking about this tonight, too, before we open the doors of the lounge, that this is kind of the last holiday until what? Like Thanksgiving. I mean, there's Halloween, but you don't get any time off.
No, you don't get any time off. But to say that Halloween isn't a holiday in this house where we've already everything's pumpkin already. We had pumpkin. We showed you the pumpkin. We sent you pictures of the pumpkin loaf that.
And then and then I know Amber, and she decorates.
Yes, it's been fall since August.
And will she dress the cat and the dog in some sort of?
Oh yeah, they wore sweaters yesterday.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
They will definitely. And then what we're waiting for now is their photo shoot. I have not. That's one thing I have not done yet with all of my AI model stuff. I have not, and I have the ability to, but to get the cat and dog in there, because if I get the cat and dog in there, I mean the things I could do, like they're towering over cities and stuff like that, or they're wearing clothes. I mean, I don't know why I haven't done that. I just focus on the people, but I need to do that. I just think it would be hilarious. But yeah, I definitely. So this week is definitely. Is it okay if I talk about my week?
Yeah,
Okay.
I really didn't want to talk that, but I just got kind of on a roll there. A birthday.
Oh
roll.
no! Of course, I wanted you to fully share your
let's
birthday. I
not
didn't want to
forget,
trample on any of that. And you got you will never forget. 2023 is the year you got the best card you have and ever will receive.
Yeah.
Much like
It's
a
the
Red Rider.
year of the princess. It's the year of the princess. I'm a 3-year-old princess.
The
Come
YOP.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Year of the princess. So please talk about yourself, Bob. What do
So
you
this
got?
week, I put out on social media that I was looking for volunteers to do to let me do a virtual photo shoot of them to make AI models of them.
Seriously, I saw that advertisement. I saw that marketing ploy, and I almost jumped all over it.
Marketing ploy. Yeah. It's
said,
pretty clear. I'm going to sell this. I want you to do it for free so I can sell it. I don't think there's any secret there.
No, I didn't think there was a secret.
But
I just said it was.
But it was cool
anyway,
because people stepped up immediately when I put out that call, which was fun. I wasn't sure how it was going to be received, so I want to ask for 5 volunteers. I got more than that, and so a lot of my week was put together trying to make pictures that looked, like the whole thing about my whole angle from a business point of view is I'm aiming at entrepreneurs and busy people who it's not a novelty. It's not like they want to be a pirate or whatever necessarily. I don't want to be a pirate.
Right.
Hold on though, but because I said that, I did make you a pirate. That's you. I used a different tech.
The one on the bottom right. I like the one in the bottom right a lot there.
So here's the thing about this one. So this one I used. I made a model out of you. I mean, I took all the images. I did the whole thing. This one I just used a face swap technology that renders the image, and at the last second, I just took a still flat on image of you and it puts it on there, and it does a pretty decent job. I think it does better on me, or I have accustomed myself to saying, oh yeah, this looks like me. But I did the same thing on my pictures, and I just think they both turned out really good. But it doesn't, because it's not really a model, it's just a picture pasted on this. It does a great job, but it doesn't capture all of your nuances like the original model would. It does.
I need this one. You got to send me this one. I like that one in the bottom right. I might use that as a profile picture.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, we can do a whole shoot, man. That's the whole thing, because we can pose you however, whatever. So that's fine.
I'm looking off of the top right there. I'm looking off into this. I don't know.
Yeah, I know. I really liked that. I that's why I decided to put it on here to show, because I thought they had character. It was really.
Yeah, they do.
I thought it was pretty cool.
I like the gray in the beard. The gray in the beard looks good. I'm digging on this. I'm jumping all over that action. I can't remember the last time I looked that good in leather. So that's also another reason. Every time I buy leather,
and you're handling that storm pretty well too, if I do say so myself. Yeah, you don't look like you're even breaking a sweat.
No. I mean, I've managed to drive drunk from Lake Geneva back to Wisconsin, in a 26-foot little runabout. So this is not
a pirate ship in a high. That's nothing,
right?
Especially when you got a hat like that to keep the wind right and all that stuff.
Oh,
I mean, it's basically you're unsinkable.
And the bottom left one I like too, because there's the little red band beneath the hat line. I have some sort of kerchief going on before I put my pirate hat on. So
now, what I should have done, and I just didn't take the time, and I thought about it in plenty of time to do it, and I still didn't do it, was to put you in the pirate with your model and not the paste over, because then it would have looked even more, like you. But I actually like this look because it probably wouldn't have had the beard and all that other cool stuff. So let me show some of the other ones that I did. These are, of course, Tracy, and I'm going to show some people you don't know, but these are just examples of all AI generated stuff. And that, we work really, really hard to make sure they look like the person, so it doesn't look all AI. This is a friend of ours named.
Doesn't look like Tracy.
No, see, shit, I thought it was identical. This is a friend of ours named Fran. She's an actress, right? And this is Dean Hankey. You know, we talk about him. He listens to the show sometimes, and he's a magician. I've talked about him several times. And I made images for him, and he already put them on social. He's been using them to promote stuff, which is exactly what it's there for. Jasmine is a friend of mine. She's a coach, and this is like her image in all her social media. She's like glammed out all the time, and she's doing this stuff, and she does tons of photo shoots, and so she let me use her as an example. This is our friend Kendra. She's a personal trainer, and she's leans into kung fu. That's kind of her thing. So she's the only one I did any kind of like fantasy kind of any leaning toward a fantastical thing, but the face is still photorealistic. So it's more like a costume photo shoot rather than like a fantasy.
What do they call that? Cosplay or something?
This is more like she's dressed for cosplay rather than like she's this digital avatar. This is our friend Natalie. She's an entrepreneur, and so just looking very professional. This is our friend Pearl. She's an NLP trainer, and she's got a lot
I thought she was a bowler.
Yeah, she's she bowls.
She's a professional bowler.
That's right. It's our friend Sammy. She was the one who was in town and got married here in Vegas with her husband Greg. They got married. She got married with her husband. And this is a guy, Scott, and I was trying to remember, how do I know Scott? And I honestly think I was on like a podcast of his or something, and he stepped up to the plate when I put out the call, which was really cool. And this is our friend Steve G. Jones. He's a clinical hypnotherapist, and he posted his pictures right away too, and people were like, you mean you're saying that's not yours? And this is Terry, who sometimes pops into our show. And she and I go back and forth on AI stuff too. She's also way into AI. She's a legit professional painter, and she's on the camp with artists who get AI and love it and embrace it and are not fighting it. And so she's actually given classes on doing virtual photo shoots using more of a face swap technology than building the thing. So we'll probably do some stuff together here pretty soon. Now, there's another, this is completely unrelated. This is another text-to-image technology that came out this week that its strong point is, so, all these things, you type in something and then it gives you an image based on what you type. And this one it excels on lots of levels, but simple prompts yield great results, but it does text. It doesn't always do it perfectly, but like with Midjourney and some of these others that are very popular, if you say, have a guy holding a sign that says, will work for food or whatever, it'll come up with gibberish. But this one comes up with more words, and so I was just playing with this just before the show, so I had to just play with this. So all I did was movie poster for the Shrekinator, and it just filled in the rest. I think I said post-apocalyptic or something like that. So it gave me 4 different imaginings of what the Shrekinator movie posters might look like, and I freaking love them. They come up with this is my favorite for, I hope, obvious reasons. It's just fan-flippin-tastic. But like in seconds, it came up with this stuff with the font and everything and emulating the movie poster. So what you could do, and which I've done, is like, take this into Photoshop or something, and then you can kind of get rid of all the garbage stuff and replace it with text that you can read, but use this as the beginning of stuff. But what's really cool about this particular technology is it knows a lot of pop culture. So if you say a person or an actor or a character, it will know it and do a pretty good job of representing it. Anyway, that's the fun I was having this week in AI. And so now I've rolled that virtual photo shoot into the offerings with the Content Commando business, which I talked about a few weeks ago, which is all about creating content for entrepreneurs. So it's all aimed at busy entrepreneurs who just like, who know the value of offloading stuff that they need to do so they can work their brilliance. So that's it for me, ladies and gentlemen. Good night. I got nowhere to go.
Actually, I got a follow-up. I have a follow-up. I was talking to a guy at work the other day. He's part of our video crew. He used to work with the Braves organization, and now he does promotional shooting and video work for us. Oh. And so we were just shooting the breeze, and I don't know why, but I think he was looking at me like some sort of goofy oracle because I'm so old, 31 years per ass cheek. So he asked me what I thought of AI, just in general. Mm-hmm. When it comes to the line of work we're in a creative line of work, blah, blah, blah. And so I told him, I said, well, first of all, because you were just saying about people fighting it, and I said, well, it's here. It's not going anywhere, man. So you better wrap your arms around it. Was my first. But then I thought about, and I told the little story about the parable about when digital workstations came along for audio. Because when I first started in audio, we physically, just like you, we cut tape with a razor blade. It was analog, and so when I remember when digital first showed up, I was really ticked off And I said, now every instant mediocrity. That's what I thought to myself. I worked all these years. And I'm telling him this. I worked all these years and I was really good at editing tape. And now someone can come along with digital. And if they screw up, undo. You just undo it. You can just do it again. You don't. And so I was really ticked off. But then it dawned on me as I'm explaining to him this. I said, but then it dawned on me. We're all playing with the same playing field now, and the cream will still rise.
Yes.
And so that's what people should. And he goes, wow, thank you for that. And I don't know why that little story came to my mind, but it's true. AI is just another great tool, and the cream will still rise. We'll all play with the same playing field, the same AI technology, right. And then people who are more creative will do better work.
Mediocre people will create mediocre AI stuff, and everybody we're all going to adjust. Humanity's going to adjust to it and the content it's going to create, and we'll see it. We'll know it, and it like you said, the cream will rise to the top. So the artists have to just embrace this and how can I work with it rather than against it.
And with those were the words they chose. I kid you not. Those were the words. So when those words came out, they decided that's when they were going to end the show. They could have done, I don't know, countless other things, but they chose that sequence of words to end it. And this is how we're left with the show. I don't get it. I don't think I can watch anymore.
You've been watching The Lounge Show with Rob Scott and Bob Doyle. Join us every Saturday at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, and tell your friends and family to do the same. After all, we'd do it for you if you had a show. Probably.